The fish and shrimps are here. We are now acclimating the fish to their tank. Stick the bag inside of the tank so that they can get the temperature of the water, because fish do not have the same abilities as humans to be able to warm their bodies up. Same thing with the shrimps here. Cherry shrimps. They're here. Plus all my other shit. Okay, so fish and shrimp have been acclimating for about 15 minutes. Then you want to pull the bag out, sit the bag in a bucket, cut a nice little hole in it, get some tubing, put the tubing into your fish tank, suck up some of the water without getting it in your mouth, get about 2 inches of water into the bag, dripping slowly. That get it further more acclimated to your tank, and not only that, getting used to the perimeters in your tank, pH levels, and so on and so forth. So now as it drip acclimates up this tubing right here from this fish tank for 15 minutes, 15 minutes in, grab your net, put it over a bucket like this, spill the bag in, getting the shrimps or fish into the net, and then putting it directly into the tank. So you're probably wondering why you're watching me dry right now and not looking at the fish get put in the tank. My process of putting in my fish and shrimp are a little different than most people. I like to introduce my fish into complete darkness so that the existing fish in the tank do not scare or threaten the fish getting put in. It gives the fish time to find hiding spots and look for a place where they feel safe, and it doesn't allow the other fish in the tank to see the other fish. They can only sense each other. A lot of people might not believe in that, but it works for me. I have been successful in introducing fish in the dark, multiple betas into one tank, introducing them in the dark and turning the lights on in the following morning, and not having any signs of stress or fish fighting. So after I acclimated both of the fish and shrimp separately, 15 minutes for sitting the bag inside of the tank, and another 15 minutes of slowly drip acclimating the fish and shrimp into their tanks with the lights off, giving the fish and shrimp time to find their little areas to hide at. So I turned the lights off on the tanks and the lights off inside of the room, and now I am heading out to enjoy the rest of my day. And most people say you should sit back and watch when you introduce new fish to your tanks and so on and so forth. Also, people will say to quarantine your fish and shrimp before introducing them to their tanks. Now, I skipped the quarantine process because both of these tanks are tanks that have newer fish already introduced, meaning that the tanks are quarantining. No other fish are getting introduced to these tanks. And the 5-gallon beta bowl is just a beta and 2 snails that are going through the quarantine process as we speak. Now the shrimps were added. They will be going through that quarantine process as well. Tank is already medicated. A lot of people will say you shouldn't medicate a tank until after you see diseases. I like to treat tanks before I see the disease. meaning ick, fungus, so on and so forth. I dose the tanks with small doses of medicine prior, along with some stress coat and things of that sort. Me doing this, I have always seen 100% success of living fish. I don't lose a lot of fish this way. When I get back home later tonight, I will show the shrimps and fish. There are 10 guppies all in total and 10 cherry red shrimps. I believe I was giving an extra cherry shrimp, so there's 12. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for watching. Leave a like. Please subscribe. Share with a friend. Tag someone in the video.